Good evening. It is 9:30 on, Monday evening. And I just come from kickboxing. Stopped at the Timmy's here for a coffee. Realized I didn't put anything up for today, for Monday, so this will go up for Tuesday. My bad. Well, not really. I didn't have much to talk about to do an extra video for today, so. I did a really quick one for Sunday and it was pathetic, so I didn't want to do that twice. So I have an update on my hearing. I did a reassessment of my hearing test on Friday. I think I talked about this the other day, but I honestly can't remember. I did a reassessment of my hearing test on Friday, and there's no change. So it hasn't improved, it hasn't gotten better, it hasn't gotten worse. But I can barely hear anything out my right ear. It's very, and what I do hear is weird and echoey. And this ear I can hear out of, it just feels wonky. There's fluid behind both my eardrums. This one is really bad. The right one is really, really bad. And I explained to them, look, like I'm not in pain, which is good, but it's extremely uncomfortable. It is extremely annoying. And, I would much prefer to have proper hearing. So I can't, my biggest pet peeve in life is repeating myself. And the fact that I have to make everybody repeat themselves all the time makes me want to punch myself in the face. Like, it annoys me to death. So, that's fine. They cleaned my ears. They didn't need cleaning, but they said, we're gonna make sure that we can see everything. So, they did a really thorough cleaning with no water this time, because I said to them, there's even a note in my file not to use water in my ears. I got enough water in my ears. It's good. Fuck. So, and this lady I've never met before. She was super sweet. She was actually behind when I got there, and I heard her say something about lunch. And I said, look, if you hadn't had lunch yet, fucking take a minute and have your lunch. Like, I am in no hurry. It's fine. Like, I don't care. Been there. Like, as a hairdresser for 19 years, 20 years. There's nothing worse than going through your day and not getting your lunch break. I know when I don't get my lunch break, I'm not very pleasant to deal with. And you're not going to get my best work. So, I was like, yeah, I want 100% of your focus. Please, by all means, have something to eat. Don't rush it. Enjoy your lunch. It's fine. I have a full coffee. My phone is fully charged. I have a game of cards going. I brought cigarettes. I can go out and have a smoke. Like, it's fine. I'm fine. It's fine. And she was extremely grateful about it. She was so sweet. So she had her lunch. And then we went back and did our thing. She cleaned everything out. She did say I have very small ear canals. I was like, okay, well, sure. Sorry. She's like, oh, no. She said, it just means they have to pull more on your ears up and down and all around to get their little scope thingy in there to see what's going on. I was like, you can pull. It's fine. Like, do you see all the earrings in my ears? Like, you're not going to hurt my ears. It's fine, Paul. It's fine. She also asked, oh, out of breath. She also asked if one of their students could learn on me. I was like, yeah, sure. You know what? 9 times out of 10, if you're a student or if you're an apprentice or whatever, I have absolutely zero issue with you practicing on me. It's fine. I've had apprentices do tattoos on me and they've had to cover them up. But as long as I'm not paying for the mistake, it is all good. It's fine. I do not care. I've had apprentices do piercings on me. I've had student, you know, I've had students take blood in medical situations. I do. You got to learn somewhere. I'm, as long as you get my permission, as long as you tell me what's going on, usually we're all good. It's fine. So that was fine. I bet you I was with them for about an hour. Now that's also including her taking her lunch break, because I said, like, 100%, like, absolutely take your goddamn lunch break, like. So it was probably more like the appointment itself, all told, was probably about 45 minutes, but I was there for about an hour. But they were super thorough. They were so good. They took pictures and videos and charts, and, you know, they did the earplug sound thingy and the other thingy that, you know, there's one, it's like an earbuds that they put in your ear. And there's another one that there's like the old school headphone type round things that go over your ear. And the other one goes behind your ear on that bone. And I asked what that was about, because I never got a chance to ask the first time they did it, but I thought that was really weird. Because the sound is played on that bone, not on the part where that foam thing is. It was really weird. And she explained to me that what they're doing is bypassing the eardrum, and it's vibrating on that, I can't pronounce it, cochlear bone or whatever. The bone that looks like a seashell. If you remember from biology class, inside the ear, there's that bone that looks like a seashell. That one. And it's supposed to bypass the eardrum, because that bone is in behind the eardrum, to hear the sound. And it was still bad. Even bypassing the eardrum, I did not chart well. I as with most tests, I failed. So, like, I'm not technically deaf in that ear. There is vibration on the eardrum, but it's minimal. So I'm at like the mid-range of hearing loss on the right side. And they'd said to me, like, you know, because I was prescribed about 2 weeks ago this nasal spray, okay? It's a corticosteroid. And the nasal spray is supposed to help clear the fluid and the swelling and whatever the fuck in the ears. Okay, I get that ears, nose, and throat are connected. However, I finally broke down and I bought this fucking spray. It's $23 fucking nasal spray. It's not covered. It's not covered by OW. It's not covered by OHIP, and I don't have a drug plan. So, except for OW, and they don't cover it. I think they paid the dispensing fee. So $23 for this nasal spray. But when you read the directions of this nasal spray, usually when I do a nasal spray, I don't tip my head back because you don't want it to drip down your throat, right? I do put my head forward a little bit, which is what they say to do. Plug the one side. And what I do is usually when I spray it, and I do a good, right? This one specifically says not to do that. It says to clear your nose, right? Blow your nose before you do it, which you should do with any nasal spray. I'm just saying. Tilt your head forward. Spray the nasal spray, but breathe normally. So no, I'm like, but if it's supposed to clear back in here, it would have to at least get up past the sinuses, right? Which are here, and here, okay? If you don't do a good, it's literally just going to sit in your nasal passage. Like, it's not going back to where it needs to. It makes no fucking sense to me. So I'm supposed to do 2 sprays on each side once a day. So I did that tonight before I went to kickboxing, and I took a Claritin because my doctor's nurse said that they work well in conjunction with each other. So I was like, okay, well, the antihistamine alone did sweet fuck all. I want to boost this shit because I want to be able to hear. We're going to do both of them. And I think it's 2 weeks. It might just be a week, but I think it's 2 weeks. So I'm going to give it the 2 weeks. And then I have to call the hearing place again and get another assessment done. I also have to call and let my doctor know. And I tried to tell them, my doctor's office, that it was recommended to me by the hearing place to, kind of put a bug in my doctor's ear about referring me to an ENT. Because again, we know that there's liquid behind my eardrums. We don't know why there's liquid behind my eardrums. I'm not symptomatic of being sick. And if this is from when I was sick, that was back in fucking December. Like, I had a bout of the flu after Christmas where, it was my energy. I had zero energy for about 2 weeks. And I had a cough that could make me want to die for about maybe 3 weeks. I think I had that cough for about 3 weeks. That was horrible. It just sounded bad. Like, my throat wasn't sore. I didn't have a runny nose. I didn't have a stuffy nose. Like, there was none of that. It was a cough, a really bad cough, and extreme exhaustion. Like, I was just so fucking tired. It was unbelievable. There was no fever. There was no sweating. There was no aches. There was none of that. It was just the cough and the lack of energy. And I got over all that within 2 to 3 weeks. Like, I was completely good to go within 2 to 3 weeks. So this hearing shit has been going on since fucking January. And we're over it. And they're not willing to talk to an ENT yet. My issue is there's only one ears, nose, and throat specialist in this town, and there is quite the wait. So I would rather be on a list, and if it clears up on the in-between, just be like, no, we're good, cancel it, than have to wait another, 2-3 months when, with everything still fucked up and chance my hearing not returning. Because she said, because we don't know the reason behind the fluid buildup behind your eardrum, there is a possibility that you may not get your hearing back. Like, we may very well get rid of the liquid and everything, but you may not get your hearing back. Like, the longer it stays this way, the less likely it is that you're going to get your hearing back completely. Like, depending on why, right? Which is why we're trying to figure out fucking why. I was like, fuck, man. Like, are you shitting me? So I was in a bit of a funk on Friday. I came home and I got Monkey and took him to his dad's, and I had texted my boyfriend and told him what was going on, and he was carrying on about my coming over there and all this kind of, and I was like, I just so don't want to people, like, just, like, love you, go away. Like, I'm just going to stay home and pretty much pout, okay? Like, I did not want to play. I was not in the mood. So, Saturday, I got up, and I slept horribly Friday night. I really did. I don't think I slept more than a few hours. I got up Saturday morning, probably somewhere between 10 and 10:30, and I texted my boyfriend and said, you know what, I'm done my hissy fit. if you don't mind, I'm going to come over, because if I stay home, all I'm going to do is, chew all the flavor out of this, and, then I'm just going to stick it in my hair, and I'm going to be miserable. Like, is it okay with you if I come by? He was like, yes. So fine. I drove out there. It was actually a very nice drive. And we spent the night watching movies and stuff. I ended up coming home. I think I was home by noon. I'd asked him when I woke up in the morning to go get me a coffee. I wasn't feeling well. My ears were all fucked up, and it's just I was having a girly mood, and I was just like, babe, like, can you please go get me a coffee? Like, here's my keys, here's my wallet. Can you please go get me a coffee? Like, I don't know his town, so, I mean, I get lost in a paper bag. Put me in a place I don't know, I'm fucked. So, and I passed out. Then I woke up again, and he was still laying in bed playing video games. And I'm like, I don't smell no coffee. I don't see no coffee beside me on the table. Did you not go get me coffee? Okay, fine. So I got up and I got dressed and I warmed up the car and I packed up my shit and told him to come down and lock the door. Peace out, yo. I'm going home. He's like, where are you going? I said, well, I'm going to go get coffee. The only place I know to go get coffee is on my way fucking home. So, later. I wasn't mad at him or anything. I was a little frustrated. I was a little annoyed. But I wasn't mad. It was like, fuck it, whatever, it's fine. I'll go get a coffee and go home. It's fine. I had a shit ton of things I had to do on Sunday anyway. So and about the only thing I got done was laundry. Because of course I get home. Well, I made a video at this coffee shop that's halfway between my place and his. And as I was pulling out of the coffee shop, my brother called me. No, my brother texted me, because if he called me, I could have answered. I have hands-free on my car. So I pulled into some random driveway and answered his text. He wanted to come by with my nephew. And I said, well, look, I'm just on my way home from, Big Daddy's. I'll call you when I get back into town. He's like, cool. So when I got back into town, and it was a slow drive because there was snow, and I was out on a country road, and oh fuck, God. There's no shoulder to speak of, and it's just, I was a nervous wreck. So it's just as well that I left early. So I got home, and I got into town, and I called my brother, told him I was in town. If you and my nephew want to swing by, that's fine. And then when I got to my house, I texted my boyfriend and let him know I was home. And he was heading out to going out for wings with a buddy or two. So that worked out well. And, yeah, it turned out to be a nice afternoon. I got some laundry on the go, and my brother came by with my nephew, and, we caught up a little bit and said hello, and I cuddled the shit out of my nephew, because that's what I do. He pretends like he doesn't like it, but he loves it. He does. He really does. He loves it. But, he's got to be like a man about it, and like, he loves it. If it doesn't, he's got no goddamn choice. Come here, and you best love Auntie. So that was nice. They visited for, I don't know, about an hour and a half maybe. And they took off. Boo Boo, I think, had a real good time while I was away. I come home, he was all like, I think he was a little hungover. I was like, oh, did you have a little party? Did you have some friends over? Whatever. He's like, no. It's like I partied by myself. Oh, yeah, I've had those nights. That can be more fun sometimes. It's like, good for you, son. He was off this weekend. I don't care. The house wasn't burnt down. There wasn't a great big mess nowhere. It was fine. He looked rough, though. It was kind of funny. I remember those days. He was like, I called my buddies, but they all were, hanging out with their girlfriends and whatever. And he was like, fuck it, whatever. I have fun by my damn self. So, yep, that's how you do it. You don't wait for people. You want to have a little party? You go ahead and have a little party. Fuck them. He's so cute. So, I didn't sleep well last night. My sleep is all off. Well, my sleep's been off for about 45 years, but whatever. That's fine. I took Boo Boo to work this morning and had to go grab a coffee because I forgot I was all out of milk. And I couldn't be bothered to do a shopping on Sunday, so I fiddle mucked around and I had to call my doctor and have them put through that prescription nasal spray shit. So I had to wait until I think I waited till about 5:30. And because it takes forever for that shit to go from doctor's office to pharmacy. I don't know why. It's a push of a button, for fuck's sakes. But anyways, I had a small shopping to do and I had to pick up that prescription. So, and Boo Boo was done work at like 6:30. And then I had kickboxing for 8:30. So around 5:30, I go out and I hit the Shoppers and nope, they ain't got nothing in yet. Or no, it had just come in. They hadn't filled it yet. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I called these people at 12:30. Like, they opened at 12:30 today. I called at 12:30. I said, that's fine, whatever. I mean, you can't get mad at the pharmacist. Like, whatever. I said, that's fine. I have some shopping I need to do. I can be back in like 45 minutes. They're like, perfect. Awesome. No problem at all. So I went and did my grocery shopping. And as I'm shopping, Boo Boo's texting me, I'm super hungry. I want big yummy food. And I was like, fuck, I didn't thaw anything. God damn it. Because Monkey's not home. Monkey's not home till Wednesday. So, fuck. I didn't text him back. I was not going there. I was like, okay. So I did my shopping. And by the time I got all that done and got out of there, Boo Boo texted and said he was ready for pickup. So perfect. So I'll go get Boo Boo and then we'll go hit the pharmacy again. So I got Boo. And I said, he goes, oh, I'm so hungry. I said, how much do you love your mama? And he was kind of looking at me and I said, Mama didn't take nothing out for dinner. And he's, I said, but I picked up a great big bag of pizza rolls, like the mini pizza rolls. And I picked up a bag of the cauliflower barbecue chicken wings, right? Because Monkey didn't like them. They were too spicy for Monkey, but Boo Boo liked them. And he's like, okay. I said, all right. So it's not going to be big food, but it's going to be like lots of little yummy food. He's like, deal. I said, okay. But we have to swing by Shoppers because I need to get my prescription. And I forgot to get ranch while I was at the grocery store. So now we're going to have to get overpriced ranch from fucking Shoppers. So if I hadn't have been under the gun, I would have gone to the dollar store to get it. But I didn't have time. Because as it was, by the time we got home and I cooked the food, it was like 7:30 and I had to leave the house by 8:15. I was like, we're going to eat really fast and just hope it all stays down while I'm at kickboxing. Because there is nothing worse than eating quick. Because I'm not a slow eater, but I'm not a fast eater either. But there's nothing worse than eating, like, especially a lot of, like, junky food. before going to do a lot of physical activity. For me personally, it doesn't generally work out well. If I'm going to work out and all that kind of stuff, I personally prefer to do it on an empty stomach and then just have like a light snack when I get home, like some fruit or something, right? Like protein drink or whatever. Yeah. So I was like, ugh. But thankfully, when I got to kickboxing tonight, it was a very small group. I think there was like 4 of us there. So we didn't do a whole lot. We did a little bit of cardio, and yes, I partaked in the cardio today. We hate it. And a lot of ab work, which was fantastic. So I really enjoyed that. In fact, I hope I'm feeling it tomorrow. So, and I paid for the month of March. So I'm all caught up on everything. And that's been my last, what's that? That covers about 3 days. So, yeah. Oh my God. But it went well. It was a good time. There was no need to, he's funny. He's like, we did our ab thing and whatever. And yeah, I was done. I mean, oh God, my shirt is just soaked. I mean, oh my God, it was a lot of work. But it was a good time. I love ab work. Fuck yeah. Go ahead. Kill me with that shit. Yes, yes, yes. So he's like, okay, well, everybody do your cool down and stretch or whatever. I'm like, stretch for what? We didn't do anything. Like, we did, it was basically, what do they call that? Calisthenics? It was cardio. That's all we did. Cardio and ab work. It's like, there's nothing to stretch out. It's fine. I walked around a little bit to kind of cool down because, everything's just going. And I went through a bottle and a half of Gatorade. But, yeah, there was no need to stretch, so. We all just sort of sat on the bleachers and chit-chatted for a few minutes and, talked with the instructor and whatever. And he's a super nice guy. He really is. He's really sarcastic. I love it. It's great. His humor can be super dry. It's awesome. He is one of my people. And, yeah. And then we all sort of departed and went our own ways. And we will get together again on Wednesday. Well, that was the other thing. I got a text from my boss this morning. Thank God I'm working 2 days this week. Oh my God. I thought, if I'm only working 1 day or friggin' not at all this week, like, I'll be so upset. I'll be so upset. But I do have 2 days this week. I work tomorrow. I work Tuesday and I work Thursday. So, perfect. There won't be as much rushing around on Wednesday and Friday when I have my kickboxing, so. Oh my goodness. Anyhow, I'm going to bounce. We're almost at the 30-minute mark, because it's been a little while since I've done a 30-minute video, so. I'm going to bounce. I'm going to go home and I'm going to have a cigarette, and I'm going to have a shower, and get everything ready for tomorrow, and maybe watch a TV show or two before I hit the hay. So, anybody who happens to be watching, thank you. I appreciate you. Take care of yourself, and we'll talk later.